My video for September the 14th, 2018, which is video number 2846, is entitled Terrorism, a man-made tool of money masters. As I reflect yet again on the terrors of 9/11/2001, I am aware that many people in the Western world still believe the official story put out on mainstream media. Cui bono is a phrase I learned in my 2 years of Latin that means who benefits. For normal people, it would seem absurd to think that anyone benefited from such a tragedy, but the perpetrators are sick. Demonic more properly reveals just how sick they are. Demonically inspired beings seem to thrive on the pain and suffering of others. Like others who have compassion, I find it hard to understand how any sentient being can be so impervious to the outcome of disasters. Then again, I realize the perverted motive. Evil spirits have no compassion. They are driven by greed. They love money and the power it gives them. Therefore, they finance wars, both sides. It doesn't matter who wins. Their agenda is always realized as mere mortals become terrified. That's a high cost for us and mere trinkets for them. While an us and them mindset is anathema to many New Agers who gloss over such matters, hiding, as it were, their heads in the sand, it's something I think we must face sooner or later. While I do not advocate living in terror, the worst possible outcome of events like 9/11 is that we learn nothing from it. Cui bono. Yes, I think 9/11 provides for us an opportunity, if we're willing to look at the alternative perceptions. It gives us an opportunity to reevaluate who we are and what our purpose is in living as human beings on this planet at this time, a planet that is obviously controlled to a large extent by those without benevolent intent, in fact, with malevolent intent. Some of them are human, perhaps. Some of them are not. I suspect that it's true that there are beings that are not just three-dimensional beings that live a very long time, that have a vested interest in keeping humanity enslaved and terrorized, and to the extent that they can, impoverished. Those that are not impoverished usually are not impoverished because they play along with the elite establishment and go along with all of the nefarious plans that the elite establishment has to control humanity and keep us enslaved by believing lies. And that's why they've pushed things into our spiritual practices that are fear-driven. Fear feeds them. Now, do I understand that? No, I don't. And I don't think any normal human being could possibly understand it. Yet that seems to be the reality, that these people thrive on the adrenaline rush. They get an adrenaline rush from creating fear. That's why they brutalize little children, sometimes to the point of death. In fact, that might be the highest rush of energy and production of adrenaline in these people that are demented. Now, as I was walking in the park a week or so ago, I heard the scream of animals. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this in any of my other videos or not, but the animals were screaming. I mean, just screaming. And it's like some predator animal was invading some other animals, and it was terrorizing for them. You could hear it. You knew the sound. We all know the sound of terror. It's not a pretty sound. It's something that many of us would like to turn away from and hope that it never happens to us. But that's putting our heads in the sand. That's living in denial. And denial is not a river that flows in Africa. It's refusing to face the reality of the human experience that we have to deal with. I keep calling, again this morning, on the Creator to take responsibility for creation. And I, of course, think and remember, and I'm reminded how many people have said, Ron, it's up to us. Ron, it's up to us. If it's up to us, it's not going to happen, folks. How is it going to happen when the majority of humans are so brainwashed that all they do is are constantly putting their heads, not just in the sand, but in the media? They're constantly looking for entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment. But when entertainment becomes an escape from facing the issues that we have to deal with, there is something wrong with it. It becomes out of balance, and there's no harmony there. I want to live in a world that is harmonious, that has meaning, where we can actually know and experience that what we put out, we get back. If we put out love, we get back love. But the people that are seemingly in control, all they get back is a rush. And it's an adrenaline rush. And somehow that makes them feel powerful. I don't want to feel powerful. I want to, if powerful means controlling others, there's no love in that. If powerful means the power of love, that's what I want. I want the rush of liberating people, of waking people up, of helping people to get out of the conundrums in which we find ourselves as humans. I'd like nothing better than for all creation to sing in harmony. All creation to learn to live at peace, so that even the animals would not hurt one another. Is such a world possible? I still believe it is. It's why I still live every day and still make videos every day. It's interesting because throughout each day, ideas come to me. Sometimes I write them down, sometimes I don't. And when I don't, I often forgot that they even came to me until they come to me, till the idea comes to me again. And there's been times I've had a list of things that titles to make videos on, some of which never were made and probably never will be made, because I try to live as much as I can in the moment. But that doesn't mean that I don't reflect on the things that lead up to this moment and the things that will flow from this moment. There's a continuum. Time is not just the present. It is a continuum of past, present, and future. I'd like to create not only a better future, but a healing of the past. Is that possible? How do you see it that are listening to this? I hope more and more of us are seeing that love is the only answer and money is a trap. Thank you for listening. Namaste.